What's happening, everyone? Oh, my goodness. We are here and welcome, everyone, to week three, video three. If you haven't watched the other two videos of It's a People Thing, we're focusing this particular series all on leadership, leading teams, leading people, leading projects. So it's all about how we're doing it, our strategy and our approach. And I'm super excited because today we're going to be specifically talking about battling decision fatigue and strategies, the three key strategies I'm going to share with you on how project managers and project leaders can make really great decisions. And let me edit that. Making the best decisions based upon the circumstances of what you're presented with. So let's take a journey, shall we? So in many of our projects, and we'll go for some light case studies, right? Because, I just want you guys to start thinking. This is supposed to spark some ideas for you to take some micro action steps. So here's what I want you to do. Think about your current project that you're on. If you're in corporate, if you have, or if you're part of a team and you're a part of like an entrepreneurship team, a nonprofit, maybe you work at a church, I don't know. But think about this project that you're working on and think about the amount of decisions you have to make. Come on, PMs. I know we got so many decisions that we have to make, right? So I want you to take a beat right now. Take a pen, take an e-notebook, whatever you got. And the first step I want you to take is defining the context to the decision. Okay. When we're talking about making decisions, we're talking about, okay, we need to decide what technology equipment or a critical decision on maybe some branding or some marketing or like the messaging for like content or a marketing campaign or like whatever next step, right? You guys know this. I want you to define the context of the actual decision, especially for my PMs that are supporting the CEOs, the team leads, the visionaries, and you're working with a team, or maybe even working with yourself. But think of this as an opportunity. I need to set the tone. I need to have the context to the problem. The who, the what, the where, the why. How did we arrive within this particular context that we need to make a decision? First step. Secondly, identify three solutions, three pathways. So, what do I mean by that? Here's what I want you to do. Sometimes we think about like the decision that has to be made, like there's only one option. That's not true. Challenge yourself to think at least to have a second option and then also a third option. This helps with the variety, but it also helps you to think about, all right, let's think about what is the decision that costs maybe like or causes the least amount of like effort or activity or doesn't really like shake the table. And let's think about another decision that may be taking a step further. Maybe it really helps advance the project or the outcomes or the particular benefits to your project in such a maybe it's like a long-term effect. So I want you to get creative. Don't do this by yourself. Phone a friend, chat with your team, and come up with the pathways for the solution. Okay. Lastly, I want you to weigh the risk and the impact. Oh, yes, we'll be talking about risk later on. But risk, what I'm talking about is like those negative consequences. Like, ooh, if I go down this path, that means we may lose some money or we may actually drive away sponsors. I don't know, right? Think through what are these particular negative consequences that may happen with this project, with this decision that you're looking to make. So always, always, always think about the risk. Think about the risk factor. And then impact. What's the impact? And sometimes people are like, well, risk and impact are the same thing. Yes, no, maybe, depends on the context. But impact, we're talking about overall impact. We're talking about the impact of your brand. We're talking about cost. We're talking about scheduling and timelines. We're talking about all these. How does it affect the scope? What's the impact of this decision on the scope of the entire project itself. So I want to repeat what our blueprint is. And this is your decision-making framework. Let's think about the context, define it. Let's think about the possible solutions, more than one. And number 3, identifying the risk and the impact. That's all I have for you all. Thanks so much for tuning into the daily practice. And we'll be back next week. And I'm excited. So make sure you tune in to the live stream, whether it's whether it's live or on the replay. Make sure that you tune in so that you can get the full context and the full teaching on battling decision fatigue. All right. So it's called. So make sure you do that, and we'll talk soon. All right. Bye bye.